Court next case on the docket. The plaintiff rented a room from the defendant's house, and he says she unceremoniously threw him out. But the defendant says the plaintiff stole liquor and was in nightly fights with his girlfriend. It's the case of fighting their way into court.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Raymond Savarino?
Yes.
You are suing Becky Mecca for $1,374.10 for rent from August and loss of work and hotel charges, all because she, according to you, wrongfully evicted you. You are counterclaiming against him $1,000 also for loss of work and days that his girlfriend stayed over that you want to charge $25 a day for. Okay. How long were you two roommates? Not roommates, housemates.
About 7 weeks.
Okay. And that's your house?
Yes.
How many rooms do you rent out in your house?
I rent out 2.
So tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I moved in on May 30th. I paid her for the month of June. Also for July. I was ahead.
Why were you ahead?
Well, I do construction. And sometimes it gets slow with the cold weather. So I like to have a little cushion just in case if I miss a week or two.
Look at you now. Can't you put that cushion in a bank and be disciplined and not touch it rather than give it to someone?
Well, I had that also.
But you, according to you, you paid your rent in advance for how many months?
Like 3 weeks.
Okay.
And I went to pay her for the end of August, at the end of July, and she said that it's not working out and she wanted me to leave. So instead of having any...
So you never paid her for August?
I paid her $400 for August.
Okay, so you paid her $400 for August. How much was your rent per month?
$650.
So go ahead.
So instead of any kind of confrontation or harassment, I said, okay, fine.
Did she tell you why it wasn't working out?
No, not really.
Do you have any idea why it wasn't working out?
No, not really, because, like I said, every week I was giving her money.
Why wasn't it working out?
Because he was loud, abusive. He had his girlfriend over.
What do you mean by abusive?
He would yell and scream every night at the top of his lungs, on the phone, on my phone, calling his girlfriend. His girlfriend would then call me, waking me up in the middle of the night with my phone ringing. They would be screaming and fighting about God knows what, because that's what they always did. From the minute he moved in, it was like that. My neighbor called me the day he moved in and said, I hear yelling and screaming and somebody on the top of their lungs screaming, and I hear the girl crying, which means she also heard slapping.
Wait, which means no, that doesn't translate into she also heard slapping. Did she say she heard slapping?
Yes, she heard slapping. She heard slapping, and I have witnessed them hitting each other and fighting each other in my home, and that's why I really couldn't take it anymore. He would give me, I have receipts for what he gave me.
Did he pay you $400 for August?
No.
What did he pay you for August?
It was $200 towards August, and I told him...
May I see the receipt that you're looking at? How much was he paying? Was he paying by the week?
He would give me $200.
No, how much is his rent?
It was $750. First of all, he wanted to move in upstairs, and then he saw that downstairs was vacant, and he wanted to move downstairs. Downstairs is bigger. It's $750 downstairs, $650 upstairs.
Okay.
He gave me $650 to move in downstairs. The next day, he gave me $100. That was $750.
That covered the month of June. So I have 2 different receipts on July 29th. I have one for $200
because he came to me.
You wrote on top.